Okay, let's talk about what's coming our way this weekend. A monster winter storm, but we are going to break it down part by part so you can prepare now. We'll let you know exactly how we're coming up with all of our forecasts, including our timing, along with how much precipitation we're tracking. And I do have some updates for you, so you're going to want to listen closely because that involves how much snow and how much ice we could ultimately see. Okay, let's start off with the headlines because I think this helps summarize everything so you're prepared going into the weekend. First of all, it's going to get dangerously cold. That's going to happen tonight through tomorrow. High temperatures will be in the 20s. Lows will be in the single digits, but feel-like temperatures will be even lower than that. Saturday night is when the snow will get started, and that's actually going to last through Sunday. So Sunday morning, we'll start off with very heavy snow before we change over to that sleet and that freezing rain now during the afternoon. We'll talk more specific timing there, so you don't have to worry about that just yet. Now, as we get into Sunday and Monday, that's when we will be tracking the worst travel conditions. So roads are expected to be hazardous, if not impassable. And then we're also tracking the potential now for some power outages. Let's start off with this because this is actually new information just into the Fox 45 Weather Center. We've been upgraded here to a winter storm warning. So that goes into effect Saturday later, and we'll run through, it looks like 1 a.m. on Monday. This is due to the potential for imminent, impactful snow and ice coming our way. If you remember, we're under that winter storm watch. Once you get to warning level, that just means we know it's going to happen. We know it's coming. We also know the cold is coming. We've got this cold weather advisory goes into effect at 8 o'clock tonight all the way through 10 a.m. tomorrow morning because of how cold it's going to feel. And yes, this is how cold it's going to feel tomorrow morning. I'd say this is the reason to knock out your errands today as opposed to tomorrow, just because you're going to need to bundle up tomorrow. Dangerously cold with feel-like temperatures well below freezing, actually well below 0 degrees. Yeah, 6 below in Baltimore, 8 below in Columbia, 12 below in Westminster. Pretty cold stuff going into this winter storm. And then comes the snow. In terms of timing, I think that gets started pretty late Saturday night. So through about 9, 10 o'clock, you've got to get your preps wrapped up on Saturday. And then 9, 10 p.m., that's when that heavy snow develops. We're thinking snow through at least Sunday morning. But then around midday, things get tricky. I think we could see that sleet, freezing rain changeover as early as 11 a.m., if not by midday. Areas south will see it first, and then it pushes northward. So areas like Carroll County, you'll hold on to the snow the longest. So today's the day to finish up your preps. We've got highs close to 40. Tonight is when that colder air comes. Whew, look at that Arctic blast. We start off feeling like we're in the single digits as we kick off the weekend. And we are cold on Saturday with highs in the teens and 20s. Here comes the snow, 9, 10 o'clock arrival time, sticks around through early Sunday morning. So Sunday morning, you're going to wake up, you're going to look outside, and I'm pretty confident you'll be seeing several inches of snow on the ground, and it will still be actively snowing. But then comes this, the pink stuff. So I just recorded another video on this, and you can actually check it out. But we are tracking sleet and freezing rain too. You may be looking at these numbers and saying, why? I mean, obviously, we are below freezing when this happens. It's not at the surface. It's what's happening high above our heads. So high above our heads, some milder air is going to sneak in, and that's what's going to give us the sleet, the freezing rain potential, even though temperatures at the ground are definitely below freezing. And that's what will be the case as we head through Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. You'll notice Westminster area, Carroll County definitely holds on to the snow the longest. I'll show you what that means for our totals in a second. I also want to show you that green stuff trying to creep its way in. Yeah, that's rain, believe it or not, for areas across the bay towards the eastern shore. I don't think we'll see that locally. So just a messy situation all around as it wraps out of here. As of now, it looks like by 2 a.m. on Monday. But at that point, the crews are going to need time to make roads passable again, especially with temperatures like this. They'll be up against freezing temperatures. So all that snow and ice is going to be left behind. Treacherous travel will continue into Monday. Potentially even a few snow showers linger into daybreak on Monday with really cold temperatures. Okay, now let's get into amounts. I'm not going to show you every single forecast model right now. I kind of did that earlier this morning, and not much has changed since then. So you can always check out my earlier video. I recorded that when I got into work. Dark and early this morning, but it is still looking like the highest chance for at least 6 inches or more is from Baltimore and areas north and west. So like Westminster and Frederick, yeah, pretty much going to happen there. Even in Baltimore, 90% chance is pretty high. So here's a look at what we're thinking. Haven't changed these numbers too much this morning. I think they look pretty good. So 7 to 9 inches around Baltimore. This is just snow, not ice. 9 to 12 inches as you head out towards Carroll County, Westminster. So I do think the best chance of seeing a foot of snow will be north and west, maybe areas like Frederick, just because they're going to stay in snow longer before they see that change over to sleet and freezing rain. I've been looking at these numbers. Sleet and freezing rain is a little harder to kind of put a number to. As of now, it looks like it will be somewhat impactful, somewhere between 1/10 of an inch and maybe 1/4 of an inch. But either way, it's going to create slick conditions, hazardous road conditions as it develops. So we've got sleet and freezing rain on top of the snow. And I really quickly just wanted to give you a look at some of the impacts that come with ice, just to remind you. It doesn't take much to create slick sidewalks and roads, obviously. Icy tree limbs will follow once you get up to 1/4 of an inch. If we happen to see that 1/2 an inch of ice, that could be a crippling situation, and power outages would 100% be likely then. So that could be a scary situation. So why not wrap up with your 10-day forecast here? Let me see if I can get that for you. Just to show you that we did throw a weather alert on every day starting tomorrow through Tuesday. Of course, it's going to be a cold, long stretch, but then we've also got the snow and the ice in there Saturday into Sunday. But impacts will continue into Monday. Wouldn't be shocked if we see closures on Monday, maybe even delays into Tuesday. And I also want to show you a look ahead, just because temperatures are going to be down below freezing for a long time. So all that snow and ice that falls over the weekend, it is not going anywhere. We are stuck in the 20s and the low 20s all the way through the end of the week, heading into the weekend. Of course, we are going to keep you updated all weekend long here at Fox 45. You can check back with us or check out our website, foxbaltimore.com/weather, and we are posting all of our updates there.